Sadly, there are no limits to what a jealous soul would do. There are a lot of empty and hungry souls running around with nothing else to do but worry about you. And instead of taking that energy and focusing on themselves to attain their desired life, they rather just take it from you. And this is where destiny swapping comes into play.
BlaqueWitchYaya mama. BlaqueWitchYaya mama. BlaqueWitchYaya mama.
Hey y'all, I'm BlaqueWitchYaya. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. And today we are going to talk for a little minute. I thought this was going to be a quick and easy video, cut and dry, straight to the point, but I wanted to emphasize and give a lot of examples and show how common destiny swapping is and how you more than likely seen it happen around you or even to you and how to avoid it. So I really wanted to go into detail just to show how common it is. So anytime I have to talk a lot, of course, I'll be making my crystal dry rub, which is an all-in-one crystal cleanser that you can use to keep your crystals cleansed and charged while you're not wearing them or using them. Utilize them in your full moon rituals or any type of cleansing ceremony you do. This is an all-in-one crystal cleanser, so the crystals you can't apply water to cleanse them. This will cleanse every single crystal, okay, no matter if it could get wet or dry. And you can get you a batch at BlaqueWitchYaya.com. So in general, what is a destiny swap? A destiny swap is an idea that involves the exchange or switching of one's life path, faith, or destiny with another person. It's a concept that often appears in mystical, spiritual, or even fictional texts. You will see it happen, and it suggests that an individual can swap their destined life trajectory with someone else, either intentionally or through unforeseen circumstances. And we're going to cover that because that is a outcome of destiny swapping as well. When I mention destiny swapping, don't think of only someone sitting down in a dark room with your picture, a strand of your hair attached to a voodoo doll with the candle lit, and that's the only time destiny swapping can take place by someone who knows the craft or knows ritual. This can be regular, degular, common folk who can destiny swap with you. Someone who doesn't even know a lick about witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, all the do's can still do this. Now, why and how can they do this? And it's because with any ritual, the main and strongest element is your intentions. So with any ritual that you're doing, you can have a bunch of crystals, a bunch of candles, a bunch of statues, whatever, but if you don't have true intention, and if you're not meaning what you're doing, you just have a cute little Halloween setup. This is all just decoration. Why would people want to destiny swap? For some people, they may feel stuck or overwhelmed with their current circumstance and they wish to switch life with someone who has a life that seems to be more favorable, which may be yours. And this could be an escape from financial hardship, physical struggles, or difficulties that they feel are like insufferable. If someone feels as though they are cursed or trapped in a series of unfortunate events, they may consider destiny swapping. Like, you know what, instead of working on my own life, let's just switch it. And they do this so they could break free from the cycle and find peace or happiness. So that's usually the goal or the intention with someone. So if this person is going through turmoil in their life and they look at yours and they're like, wow, their life seems so much smooth. I wish I had a good job. I wish my kids behaved well. I wish I was in good shape. Whatever they want for themselves and they see it in you, they'll take that desire and jealousy and swap destinies with you. So they can just simply live the life that you have because it seems so much easier from their point of view. So how to spot these type of people, and this is what I want to focus on, because I don't want you guys to think of a scene for Freaky Friday where someone's destiny swapping and all of a sudden you're washing dishes, then like your soul evaporates from your body and someone else taps into it. It's not a Disney movie. It's not going to happen like that. Destiny swappers are slick with it. So you got to watch out for it. They'll leech around you, always want to know what you're doing, what's going on. They constantly compare y'all's life. Like if you get a new job, the first thing they'll say is, Lord knows I need a new job. Child, I'm going through it. Like you can't have good news without them bringing you down or comparing what y'all got going on. Oh, I got a new job. Oh, girl, I was just applying for new jobs. It's like, okay, let me have my moment. And they'll ask questions that seem like support. Like, oh, where at? What position? How did the interview go? How much you getting paid? You got your own office? Which is questions that a supportive person would ask because it's like, oh my gosh, give me all the details. I'm so happy for you. But they're taking inventory. They're taking note. They're trying to figure out how you did it, who you spoke to, where you went so they could set it up for themselves. Now, that may be a little tricky on how to spot that because it's something that everybody does. But a telltale sign of someone like this notice is a person that always copies you. And I'm sure we know the difference between who we inspire or motivate and people who just flat out copy. It can be hard to notice the difference. It may take a few times and occurrences for you to be like, wait, hold on, this is getting a little weird. But just start paying attention to these certain things. For me, I noticed it a few times when I mention something that I'm doing or working on. The next thing you know, the next conversation I have with that person, they're working on something very similar and using the ideas that I had. And it's like, okay, so let me be quiet. Now, something else you got to pay attention to, because the dynamic or the actions of the person is going to depend on the relationship you have with the person. So a friend may show the I want your life differently than a cousin may, or a mom or a dad or a coworker. So the way a boyfriend may show it is going to be different than the way a coworker may show it. For example, if you've been going to the gym, right, getting your body right, you eating healthy, you getting in shape, you taking your walks after work, whatever, and then your friend is like, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing. That's good. You inspired her to get in shape. You inspired her to live a healthier lifestyle. That's great. That's inspiration. If you pick up a hobby of playing pickleball, you join a pickleball club, you got your pickleball friends, you going to pickleball events, you just living this nice pickleball life. Then the next thing you know, your friend just joining a pickleball club or the same club you got or the same club you joined, and you know this person does not have an athletic bone in their body. They don't even like to sweat. They don't even like being around people, but they see that you're doing it and you're having fun with it, so they feel like, well, I want to do it too. So they're going to just copy and paste the same thing. Or it could be a new pair of shoes. If you wear your shoes out with your friend, you're getting compliments, everyone loves them, then the next thing you know, the destiny swapper gets the same exact pair of shoes, and it's like, girl, you don't even like heels. Like, what was the point of that? You don't even know how to walk in heels. So it could be different occurrences like that. Sometimes it's just simply a jealous friend or a person with an empty brain that don't know how to think for themselves. But other times it's people with malicious intent. So you kind of got to keep the side eye for, different people. And you'll notice this too. If you achieve a goal, oh my God, I noticed this. So, if you achieve a goal, right? And then it's like something you worked hard for, you had your mind on and you got it. Then the next thing you know, the other person is like, oh, I want to do that. And it's like, it wasn't even in your frontal cortex until I got it. Now you want it. You wasn't even thinking about it until you seen me with it. And you may be thinking, well, my life not even set up like that. I'm not where I want to be in life. I got a lot going on. You may think your life isn't how you want it to be, but to someone else that wants to destiny swap with you, you live the Princess Diaries. You have the best life ever. And you never know what will make someone jealous. Even if you have a friend that technically has more than you, they're like, wow, you live in this big house, you got this nice car, you always dress so nice. Oh my gosh, like they may inspire you to work harder, but they look at you and you're married. They're like, yeah, I got all this, but I want to be in a marriage. I want to be in a relationship. And they could just envy that one thing about you that you have that they don't have. And they're willing to risk everything they have going on just because they want what you have so bad. They want to step in your shoes. They want to live your life. So don't think, child, my life a mess. Don't nobody want to swap with me. Someone wants to swap with you, because the grass always seems greener on the other side. For me, the best way to spot these type of people is to simply pay attention. And I know that sounds simple, but in every conversation I have with friends, family, people I'm dating, I think before I speak, because sometimes I could go on a roll and talk too much. So I have to slow down and be like, okay, girl, what are you about to say? What information are you about to give out? I pay attention to how the person responds verbally and non-verbally, because you could have a person be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. But then they like, their face will tell them, or their body language will tell them to get real stiff. So make sure you pay attention to that. And then also I pay attention to what they bring up in different conversations. Like, what information do they throw up in my face? What question do they have from something I told them that's very simple to me, but it's still in their mind lingering and they want more information. It may seem like a lot of work and you're just trying to have a quick conversation. You're not trying to think that hard. It'll come naturally after a while once you're just more cautious. And this type of soul-sucking people will tell on themselves. So it's going to be easy. They are slick with it, but it'll be that one time where they say something or they do something, it'll make you raise a brow like, wait, what do they mean by that? Or why did they do that? Or she slipped up and told me this. Did she mean to tell me that? Or that's not the same lie she told me before. They'll tell on themselves. They can't keep it up. And most of all, if anything, if all else fails, your spirit will tell you. Like before we end a friendship or relationship, how many red flags did we ignore? How many times did our mom or our friend told us, hey, watch out for that girl? Or you know what, this don't seem right. Or how many arguments did we let slide? Or little things that made us feel uncomfortable because we just wanted that friend around before the final straw happened. You always get these signs, and one of your spirit's main job is to protect you. So they're not going to purposely let you walk blindly into a situation without giving you some type of heads up that you have to pay attention to. That's why it's important to trust your spirit and know how your spirit communicates with you. So you could be like, wait, hold on, this don't feel right. Let me pay attention to how I feel right now. Be attentive. Don't be paranoid. I wouldn't suggest doing what I do because I could be a little bit over attentive, and everybody gets the side eye. Everybody in my life gets the side eye, and it's to protect myself. And when I say side eye, I don't mean like I low-key think everybody's going to do something. I just don't blindly trust people. Like I don't walk in like, oh my gosh, this is not, you're my best friend. I'm like, wait, yeah, okay, girl. I'm still like, all right, because you just never know when someone will flip on you, and I don't want to get caught off guard. So I'm always like, I trust you, but... And along with not being paranoid, if you know you have a good group of friends, they always look out for you, they always support you, you ain't got to worry about that. It's just good energy all around. Disregard. Talk how you want to talk, do what you want to do, because of course we still do have good people in our group, in our circle, and in the world. There are good people in the world. People who destiny swap, they will position themselves in your life where it will make it hard for you to get rid of them or second guess it. It could be someone who braids your hair and you're like, dang, who gonna braid my hair for a discount now? Oh, he always give me the free oil changes. Or dang, she be watching my kids. Or now who gonna be my child's teacher? It's gonna be a position where it's not easy to get rid of them, because it's like, oh my gosh, well, who am I gonna call on the way home? Who am I gonna go out to the club with? Who am I gonna have a good time with? Or that's my yoga partner, who am I gonna go to yoga with? It's always like a dang, like, oh, it's going to be hard to get rid of them. So you have to make sure that you prepare yourself that people could do a switcheroo on you with their attitude and start showing their hand, and you have to be prepared for it so it doesn't weigh you down and you don't lose yourself in the process by detaching from them. Easier said than done. I had to train myself on how to do that, years in the making, but if that's something you're willing to work towards, still have good relationships with people, but also protect yourself at the same time. It's a balance you have to reach. The destiny swap girls and guys, they will position themselves in your life where it's hard to get rid of them, but also where they still have access to you and they could talk to you and they could see what you're doing. This is not going to be a regular person that makes your coffee order and they just know what you want to order. Not common like that. But no, this is like someone who's in your life, in the mix. So how exactly does a destiny swap take place? I'm not going to do a full tutorial, but these are a few of the variety of ways where it can happen. So the first thing this person will do once they like, bet I want this life handed over, they'll get closer to you and start copying everything you're doing until they are in a position to sabotage you. They could sabotage you to stop what you're doing, and they could continue on a life path that you are aligning for yourself. For example, if you're at your job, you want a promotion, you're working hard to get that promotion, everybody knows like, okay, she gonna get it, they're gonna like you doing your thing. And if someone else there wants the promotion or doesn't even want the promotion or just don't want you to have it, next thing you know, they're reporting you to HR, they're misgiving you information so you could make mistakes, they're setting you up, telling you the wrong time for meetings, all doing all this stuff to sabotage you, gossiping about you around the office until the point you get fired, and then now they get the promotion. That's a regular everyday example, but it's like, I don't want you to get it, I want to be in that position, it was meant for you, but I'm gonna sabotage you so I can get it. And that's just like a regular everyday example. So imagine if someone knows about crafting, where they can, light a candle, go to a voodoo man, do whatever, but they could do it without using any type of magic, just their intention and just physical manipulation that they use against you. So this could be a spiritual person, a religious person, a none of the above type of person, but if they have that intention and act on it, they could do it if you aren't protecting yourself well. And we'll talk about how to protect yourself a little later towards the end of the video. Another way this could take place is this person can set up a life-changing event or keep you in a bad situation just to stop you from elevating. Example, if you're in nursing school, right? You're doing good in nursing school, you like, I want to be a nurse, but you're in a toxic relationship. You could have a jealous cousin that's kind of pleased with the fact that you're in a toxic relationship because they see it's distracting you from studying, from showing the school up on time, for doing your labs or whatever whatever you do, you fail in test. So they're like, yes, don't be a nurse. Love it. Don't make more money than me. Don't go buy a house. Don't move away from me and live this luxurious life. No, stay in that toxic relationship so it could keep you vibrating low and keep you stressed out. So when you call them because your man getting on your nerves, they're gonna be like, you know what? That's a good man, Savannah. No, you shouldn't leave him. You should stay. No, because they want you to stay in that toxic relationship because they know it's gonna stop you from meeting your goals. So it could be a setup like that. I want to keep you here because I know this situation is distracting you from reaching your goals, and I don't want you to outdo me, and I don't want you to outdo me because it's going to remind me that I'm not doing my best. It's going to make me feel bad. So I'm gonna be selfish and keep you here because this is where I'm comfortable seeing you at. Again, if they know about the craft, just imagine some candles and some cars on top. Speaking of the craft, another way, spell work. Some people can literally sit down with all of their intentions, do a ritual to kidnap all of your blessings and future blessings for it to come to them, which this is rare. More the other examples I gave you are more common. This is rare because one of your spirit's main job, like I said before, is to protect you. You just have to listen. So it's not going to be easy for them to do it because they're violating your spiritual contract. You know, your spiritual contract, what you signed when you were born, of your life destiny, your life purpose, your free will. They're interrupting your free will. So it's not just like an easy, oh, I got her hair, I'm gonna burn a candle, oops, swap a rule. It's not that easy. You have to protect yourself so your spirit isn't as vulnerable. So just know you never know who's around you that can do it. Again, don't be paranoid. Just be cautious. Don't walk around like toot toot a daisy. No one can bother me. No one's after me. I'm nice to everyone. Who would be mad at me because I'm nice? Child, people are weird. But there's also good people in the world, but there's also weird people in the world too. You could be nice to everyone and someone will still want your life to be horrible because they envy something in your life. So the universal protection for everyone to do, no matter what, is to shut up. I know that sounds harsh, right? But don't go around telling everyone what you're working on, whether it's a new job, renovating your kitchen, a new hairstyle. It may seem simple, but just hush. Again, this is just in general. If you know you have your people you could talk to, you could share with, this don't apply to them. This apply to the people you may not be that close with, because people can be jealous or envious, the most minute factors or characteristics about you. And I know you want to show on social media you grinding, you working, you doing this and that. You don't know who follows you. You don't know who envies you. Don't feel like you have to show off to prove a point or seek validation from other people. Learn to seek validation within yourself so you don't need the applause from other people to make you feel like you're really doing something. You know you're doing a good job because you evaluated it yourself. Also, listen to your spirit. If you get a weird feeling about someone, something they said, something they did, pay attention, ask for clarity. I'm quick to be like, so what you meant by that? Or, hey, when I read that text, I read it like this. Is that what you meant? I'm quick to be like, hey, because don't let me start assuming. So ask questions and listen to the answer and listen to the pattern if they do it again. Well, once you told them that it bothered you. Don't be a dodo bird trying to be like, no, they're a good person. They didn't mean it that way. No, don't try to pacify yourself just because you want their company. When you know spirit is nudging you like, hey, watch out for that girl, pay attention. Don't ignore all the signs, because once you're in a situation it's hard to get out of, spirit gonna be like, girl, I gave you. Now we gotta. You don't need a friend, a man, a woman, a coworker, a yoga partner that bad where you should be in a position where you're willing to risk your goals, your dreams, and your destiny for this person. No one is ever that important. If you've seen how this person has done other people, pay attention. And I feel like it's easier for other people in our life to recognize the people who are jealous. Like if you have a friend that you know you could share with them, they look out for you and they be like, hey, I'm not too sure about this other friend you have. Pay attention. Of course, take in your own notes, do your own observations. But if you have someone that you trust, like, hey, if they see it, make sure you start paying attention too, because you always have like a clearer view for certain things, like when you're on the outside looking in, because they are protective of you and they genuinely want the best for you. And spirit may be like, this girl not listening, so can you please tell your friend to look out for her because she's not listening to me. And I know y'all probably seen it with other people. We probably all seen a relationship where it's like, I wish she would leave that man. He is sucking her dry, using all her energy and focus to improve on himself. The relationships where it's like they give up their dreams to focus on their spouse. They're making sure their spouse has a job, their spouse is educated, their spouse getting their degree, their spouse is getting promotions. But it's like, okay, but what about you? And then once they reach the level that they want, they're like, all right, bye, I'm done with you. And now you're like, wait, what am I going to do now? I got to catch up with this and that, because you stopped your destiny to focus on theirs, to improve theirs. It's like, and to me, that's like a destiny debo. Like, oh, I know you know how to click, clack, and type and have good interview skills and make resumes, and I know you know this person that know that they hiring, so do all that for me because I don't want to do it. Like, I know you're going to be successful, so just stop and do it for me. That's like a destiny debo. Stop what you're doing, stop your life path to do it for me. At the end of the day, to prevent destiny swapping, just pay attention to the people around you. Pay attention to what comes out your mouth. Pay attention to what your eyes pick up, the feelings that you get when you're interacting with people. Do not ignore those signs. Take inventory and be protective of yourself, and be selfish. Everyone should not have access to your energy and your spirit, so make sure you handle it with care. But you guys, let me know if you can relate to any of these examples down below. Have you seen it happen to other people? Let's talk down below to help each other. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and like I always say, as above so below, as within so without, as a universe so the soul. Until next time, you guys, Ashe, baby.